Welcome back to another edition of Faces in the Corsair Crowd. Today I'm joined by Coach Mike Salem of the men's and women's cross country team, as well as the men's and women's track and field program. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Molly. Thanks for having me.
So, how did you get your start here at UMass Dartmouth?
Well, I came here, I'm entering my third year here as the head cross country and track and field coach. I knew the former head coach here, Steve Gardner, for a long time. I used to coach at Bridgewater State, and so we were, friends back when we were competing for the Alliance title together. And I was good friends with Coach Darren, who was the throws coach here for a long time. And so we kind of knew each other, and Coach Gardner had mentioned, that they were looking to be able to create this position and have it be full time, and said that he thought I should apply for it. And, fortunately, going through the process, I ended up getting it. So and it's been a great couple of years, most recent craziness excluded. We've had a really productive time. We've had a lot of success. It's something that we're looking forward to getting back to.
Awesome. How have you adapted your role as a coach to this current environment? Not being with your student athletes.
It stinks. We'll call a spade and let it be what it is. It's definitely something that I think everyone is uncomfortable with. There's kind of, when you're on a team or you're trying to teach or coach or anything like that, it's, you're very used to what it is and how you're trying to deliver that and what sort of goals you have for that. And so it's been a challenge, the last 6 months or so, really trying to adapt. You certainly hope that we're moving, progressively, slowly back towards, a semblance of what's normal for us. But it's a process. You try to, what I think we've really tried to hammer home is, to be, even though we're not together as a team, we're still a team. And, being able to still support each other, knowing that you still have those people there for you, that you have your coaches there for you, that at some point, things will get better. And then, we're going to be back to doing what we normally do, going out there and trying to compete, as well as we can. You really want to be able to try to make sure that, that our student athletes are ready for that. And obviously that's going to be different for everybody. Somebody might have a home gym to be able to do stuff in, and other people might not have anything at all, so it's really, we're an individual sport to begin with. And so you have to, you train people individually to begin with. But I think COVID has made it even clearer, like you really have to try to individualize, and you really have to be available to people to be able to try to help them with that. So that's kind of where we're at. I only hope that, everybody's taking care and being safe and trying to do what they need to be able to do so that we can get back to doing what we all want to really do.
How have you stayed connected with your athletes through all this?
We deal with a lot of students, me and Steve Gardner, my assistant coach, we're coaching really 6 teams between the cross country teams, indoor track, and then outdoor track. Probably totaling, close to probably 80 students, and so there's 2 of us trying to do that. So you try to just make sure that you're available and make sure that, students know that, they can reach out to you with anything if you can try to be able to help them with it. We'll do Zoom meetings every couple of weeks, with event groups or something like that, just to let people be able to check in. I know the students have kind of their own event group, chats messaging stuff that, they're able to, kind of keep up with each other on. I'm emailing stuff and forwarding stuff and trying to give them, training and helping them adapt to stuff as much as we can. But it's different. It's definitely not, getting to be able to see everybody every day. I really miss being able to do that. I think if you ask any coach, through this whole series, I'm sure what they're going to tell you is, the favorite part of my day, the best part of my day is getting to work with my students. Yeah. And so to not have that be able to happen in person, it requires a different kind of energy to be able to do that going. So.
Yeah. Has your approach to the sport changed as your coaching career has gone on?
Yeah, to some degree. I think every coach, as you kind of started, this is my 11th or 12th year coaching collegiately at Division III. So I think there's definitely stuff that I did early on that I look back and I was like, what were you thinking, dude? Like that makes, no sense. I think probably one of the things that I still have a bad habit of doing it anyways, but I really try not to overcoach. A lot of our sport, like it's doing the work in practice, but when we get, to a meet, I can help students make adjustments, make sure that they're on time or getting ready or doing what they need to do. But, the work that they put in is the work they're going to get out. There's a lot less strategy. You're not calling set plays on the sideline. You're going out there and essentially putting yourself out there. So it's, so I've tried to really, back off trying to think that I can control all of that, in the moment of competition. It's better to probably get a student to be able to relax and feel confident and trust that the work that they've put in is going to pay off for them, than it is to, go and, to me, I'm not a yeller. I can't get in anybody's face. When I do, I think the students have a hard time, keeping a straight face for me, because it's just so different. But that's, probably something that I think I've definitely changed over my time. I'm always trying to learn. We try to go to conventions, to symposiums, to, different courses to be able to try to learn stuff. And so I'm always trying to learn and grow, and hopefully be able to pass that on to our students to make them better. So.
What are some things you hope your athletes take away from their time as Corsairs?
The biggest thing to me is I know how formative, my opportunities in high school and in college were to, getting to participate in athletics and getting to do track and field, or I didn't do cross country clearly, but it's getting to be able to do that, and the bonds that you create in that. The friends that I made there are some of the best friends that I have in life still. I'm in their weddings, I see them, try to see them when we have time. Obviously COVID's made that a little weird now too, but it's so forging those friendships that are going to last you, to me, is something that you pick up along the way, going through doing this. I think the other piece that, I think we really try to focus on in athletics in general, not just, track or cross country, is, there's real value. There's real lessons that can be learned through this. I look at myself as an educator, not as just a coach, and in the same way that I want people to be serious about, their studies or, work or whatever they're doing else, whatever they're passionate about, I want them to be able to get those same experiences from here, and those carry over into your real life. The number of student athletes that I've had, come back to me after they've graduated, and they're talking to me about an interview that they went to for a job, and, they get in there and it's, a half-hour interview, and they spend 25 minutes talking to the person about, they saw that they ran track or something like that, or were a college athlete. end up spending the entire time talking about that and not about the needs of the job. And then they end up getting those jobs because there's something that comes with, you know, having put that work in that somebody else can be able to see. An employer is going to see, other people in your life see that you're dedicated, that you're committed to something, that you've been through adversity, that you know how to win with grace, you know how to lose with grace. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I don't think, you know, it gets the credit that it deserves. You know, and to me, that's what athletics is supposed to be in college, is to be able to help you continue, have that be a part of your education, this holistic education that we're trying to give you guys.
Great. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate getting the coach's perspective.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We'll see you all next time on Faces in the Corsair Crowd.